Hey guys, welcome back to House of Chi Yoga. Today I have a quick HIIT class for you. Body weight, if you have dumbbells, there's one move that I'm going to incorporate the dumbbells in, but you don't have to use the dumbbells. You can just use body weight only. Remember, our high intensity interval training classes are 6 exercises. We do 4 rounds. You get a minute break in between the rounds, but I'm just filming 1 round. So if you have the time, push through all 4 rounds. It'll really make a difference in your endurance, your muscles, everything in your body. Okay, so I'm going to show you the movements first. First one is a jump from the back of the mat to the top of the mat. So when I'm springing forward, I'm going to land on the toes, balls of my feet to stay nice and light. And I'm shooting forward with my hips. So I come down into my squat and I extend from the hips, catch, and then on your way back, it's just this little high knee hop. So extend, catch nice and light, high knee hop. You don't want to hear any smacking down on the ground like that. Not good for the joints. So be nice and light. You have to engage the muscles to help you stay light. Then your 20 seconds, I'm going to land at the back of the mat, hands down, cat-cow the spine, take a moment to open up the ribs, get your breath back. Then you're moving into your curtsy, and this is where I'm going to use the dumbbells. So I'm going to curtsy, dumbbells are going to press up and overhead, tuck the ribs in, curtsy, up and overhead. When you're doing the curtsy, you want to make sure that you're not, especially since you're holding weight, you're not rounding into the spine here. You're pushing weight back into your butt. So chest is up, abs are in, and then you're sinking to your butt muscle. You're getting that nice booty muscle work. Okay, then 20 seconds. I'm going to grab my weight, hold it close to my body, and just do this little micro deadlift. I'm just going a little bit above the hip line, a little bit below the hip line. It's only 20 seconds, so it's not very much time. So make sure your abs are in, your knees are micro bent, and you're pushing hips back, tucking, hips back, tucking. It's very small. Very isolated in those butt cheeks. You're squeezing together, staying really, really active and strong through the glutes. I'm out of breath already. Pendulum swing. I'm going to show you this one from the side. So the palms are down. Every fingertip is spread wide. You're not in a downward facing dog stance. You are more towards a forward fold. So I want to squeeze my thigh to belly, use my core, lift and hollow. So if you see that action of me rounding and lifting, pressing into the palms. Now I'm just taking my flexed foot right to left. I'm lifting from the outside of my butt muscle down to the outside of my foot. So make sure that you're working on your driving forward and up at the same time. Okay, if the feet start walking way back towards a down dog or a plank, you need to keep pulling your thigh to belly and pushing forward, protracting through the upper back, staying very light in the toes. If you want to make it a little bit more difficult, or if you're doing more than 1 round, especially if you're doing 4 rounds, you can start making it more difficult also by doing a handstand prep here. So this action already is to get you more comfortable to work towards handstand. But if you're already familiar with a lot of this kind of stuff, if you're already working on handstands, then from the pendulum swing, you can just shift and tap the toes, shift and tap the toes. Okay, so you're still staying nice and light, still using your core, still building strength in the shoulder girdle, but now both toes come up and tap. Then you get a break, 20 seconds. We just want to keep our head low and stay in a forward fold for that 20 seconds. Next one, you're going into a wide goddess stance, and your heels are in, toes are out to a 45. You're sinking down. I'm going to tap and then extend with a tombe. Tap, extend with a tombe. So when I'm tapping down to the ground, I'm not rounding. We are hinging at the hip, and then when you come up, my butt is already flexed and active, and you're just exploding off the toe. You can think about just flexing through the quads. So it's a hinge, flex, all that back line is really strong and active, and then I drive into my quads with that tombe push. Hands, you can do whatever you'd like there. And then we're going into a trikonasana. So one heel is in line with the opposite arch, and you can just open here. You can take it all the way down to trick. Pay attention to this top shoulder that it's open. You can even take the gaze up. So since I'm only doing 1 round, you'll need to make sure you do more than 1 round so that you get to the other side trikonasana. Okay, next one, forearm extension. So we're going to go down to the forearm. Entire palm, wrist, forearm, it's all grounding. If the wrists are coming up, you need to push the wrist down. That's going to help you engage up through the triceps and the rest of the arm. And then stay nice and long in your forearm plank to get to the abs. And then you're just alternating palm. You can either do just palm, just foot, and then gradually increase the level of difficulty and go both. Whatever you want there. I'm not watching, but I am cheering you on, trying to do both arm and leg. That was so cheesy. Okay, 20 seconds there. If you are feeling so tired or If you're just not ready to hold on the forearms the whole time, you can go back to child's pose. But if you feel like, okay, I'm going to push through, I want to build my strength, or if you're in round 4, definitely take it up to a dolphin pose. So when I'm in dolphin, I have one nice long line through the spine. It's extra important to push down through the wrist, the forearm, keep the palms planted. We want to create space from the shoulder and ear by pressing into the forearms and lengthening through the tricep. So if you see me from the side, I'm getting my head between my arms. I'm lengthening through the triceps by pressing down through the forearm to palm. I'm pulling the ribs in, and then I'm pushing the hips back and up, okay? There's my dolphin. So just notice if you're here, ribs are open, tuck the ribs in. Stay really nice and strong. We want to be one strong unit with the spine there. We don't want the ribs flaying open. And then the last one is going to burn, actually. It's a Malasana pulse to hop. If you want to get real crazy, you can hold the dumbbells here. I am not going to because it's morning time. I'm not a morning person, so maybe if I was filming at night, I would. Malasana, heels in, toes out, and my heels are in line with my hips. So I'm going hover, knees, hips, one line, pulse, and then hop, pulse, and hop. When you're doing Malasana pulses, think about getting out of the hip flexors. So we generally have tight hip flexors, so it's easy for us to have our weight fall forward and push into the hip flexor here, especially if we don't have the mobility in the hips yet. So pay attention to what's happening. Push the weight back into the butt muscles, pulse from the butt muscles and the heels, and then explode up, okay? So just notice in your brain, am I really holding and squeezing in my hip flexors? I want to transfer to my butt muscles. Heels down, butt muscles working, knees driving wide. Whew, so many cues. Also for that one, try not to go all the way into Malasana down here. It's just hover and pulse, landing on the toes and the balls of the feet to stay nice and light, and you're protecting your knees and ankles. And then you have 20 seconds of just straight air squat. I might pick up my dumbbells here and do my 20 seconds squat to finish up. All right, that's a lot of movement. Let's see if we can get through this. Let's get this baby going. So remember, can I remember the code? Oh, thank goodness. Remember, it's only 40 seconds of the high intensity. So we'll start in 30 seconds, and you'll hear the little buzzer, but the 40 seconds is your push. Especially on this first one, that jump forward, push yourself to get through the full 40 seconds and get the heart rate up in that time. If you are very uncomfortable jumping from both feet, you can simply do a lunge forward and a lunge back. We've got 10 seconds, so I'm going to stop talking. Okay, 5 seconds. So remember, jumping, hips first, landing on the toes and the balls of the feet. There's our buzzer. Let's go. Little hops back. Forgot to count my jumps, but we're about halfway. Use your arms. You're looking for distance here with that jump forward. Hi, 15. 10. My legs are feeling it. One more. Back of the mat. Whew, I'm warm. Cat-cow the spine. This is your chance to open up the ribs. Get back into the lungs and the belly with your breath. We have about 5 more seconds, so I'm going to grab my dumbbells. And now we're moving on to our curtsy press overhead. So don't hinge at the hip. Don't round into the back. And have a nice, strong push-up overhead. If you're going at this slower pace, make sure you're sinking it all the way down. You've got 20 seconds. Hi. 15. Is everything working? Don't let your core fall out. Keep your navel pulling to the spine. 5 seconds. And then it's a small deadlift. I was burning my biceps. Tiny baby deadlift. Focus on the glute muscles. It's only a couple seconds. Keep the back nice and long. Ooh, you should feel your butt muscles working. Mine are already burning. You have 5 seconds, then you're going to your pendulum swing. Remember, this is a stack forward. So palms down, Lift into the core. Just keep bouncing off the balls of the feet. Keep driving your thigh to your belly. So my feet are starting to fall back. I'm going to lift higher through my core, keep walking my toes forward. If you want to move on another level, remember you can go toes up for a little tap. You're trying with this toe tap to get the weight to stack over the shoulders. And that's a really good handstand prep. Keep the arms nice and long. There's no bend. Every fingertip is working down like a little spider grip on the mat. I'm going to do one more. Hi! Land in a forward fold. Take a breather. My iPad might die. Let's hope it doesn't. Okay, get your breath back. We're coming up in 10 seconds to move into those tombe pushes. We want to keep our heels in, toes out. Let's roll it up. Take a breath at the top. You are hinging at the hip, remember, not rounding and extending out. I'm going to take my arm up and overhead. It just feels a little bit more natural to me. Don't let the feet curl in. Don't let the knees curl in. Hips front to back. Ooh, I feel it. I want you to bring the awareness to the hips. You're pushing down through the foot, driving the hip forward. You've got less than 15. 10 seconds. Keep pushing. Don't stop with that momentum. Are you flexing your quads? 2, 1. I'm going to right side trick. So wherever you're at with your Trikonasana, you got to do at least 2 rounds so you hit your other side trick. Back muscles are strong. Spine is nice and long. Less than 10 seconds, then we go to our forearms. Catch your breath. Bring it down to the forearms. Whichever level you're working with, remember fingertips forward or toes lift or alternate. Keep pushing into the toes. You want to make sure the core is working. So your butt should be about level with your shoulder. If your butt is really high, you're going to lose the ab work. You're already halfway. Stay really long in your plank. Make sure the abs are working. Hi, this is a good one. We've got 10 seconds. Keep breathing. 2 and 1. So you have the choice to go into child's pose. But if you have dolphin in your practice, go to dolphin. Take a moment to work on stability through the shoulder. Remember, length through the triceps. You're keeping the shoulders back and away from the ears. Exhale, let's bring the knees down. Walk it to the back of the mat. This one's gonna burn, Malasana. You go hover, pulse, hop up, light on the toes. Your knees fold in. You have to drive your knees out. We really wanna make sure the knees are protected here. And now this is the time to think about the butt muscles, getting out of the hip flexors. Hi, this is some good cardio, keep going. You're over halfway. Butt muscles, keep thinking about it. Don't push forward too far. You want to drive into the heels on the way down. We're so close. 5 seconds for my air squats. I'm going to grab my weight, and now you can go all the way to the bottom of that squat, not just your hover. Woo, my squat is not very deep today, but that's okay. I'll take it. I'm still here on the mat doing my thing. That's what counts. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hi! My kids always make fun of me for that noise. I don't know. It's my thing. All right. Shake it out. If you have it in you to continue doing more rounds, that's a good one because it's not too difficult. There's lots of good cardio in there. Make sure you're resting on those 20 seconds. You're focusing on the breathing. And on the 40 seconds, you're focusing on engaging those muscles and pushing yourself. Hoi! Okay, have fun with that one. Like and subscribe. And that's about it. Hope you have a good day. Keep going, people. See you next time.